Newark Mayor Ras Baraka with us now. Mr. Mayor, your reaction to what you heard?
I am shocked by all of the lies that was just told there. It was incredible. There was no bus of detainees there at all. Nobody stormed the place. The only storming happened is when that we all know when those guys stormed the Capitol and was arrested for what they did and were released. The congresspeople were invited there. They invited me there for a press conference. There was no storming. There was none of the stuff she's talking about has ever happened. Nobody else was arrested but me. I was the only person taken into custody. Nobody else was arrested there. No protesters, not me, no one. I mean, other than me, that's it. I was the only person arrested. And I was allowed to leave the facility, first invited in, then allowed to leave the facility. Then they came out of the facility and arrested me on the sidewalk or on the driveway, sidewalk part of it. So everything that she said was a complete and total lie. I think these people believe if they lie long enough that people will believe what they're saying. It's impossible to hear what these people are talking about and you know, keep some level of civility, because I mean, they just lie on and on and on and over and over and over again. It's impossible.
What is your reaction to what, at least to me, is a new accusation that there were members of Congress who body slammed ICE officers, and that there's video of that coming and potentially charges coming?
That's ridiculous. I'm waiting for them to show a video. I mean, you had two older woman Congresswoman Bonnie Watson-Coleman, who probably couldn't lift any of them.
She's 80 years old.
Right, Congresswoman MacGyver and Congressman Menendez. None of those people body slammed any officer. If you see somebody falling in the video, it's an ICE officer throwing one of the people who was observing down to the ground. No ICE officers were body slammed at all. And I just want to tell you, the Homeland Security, when I was in custody, treated me well, with respect, with dignity. Those officers, treated me with respect. I mean, it's just shocking and surprising that these people will come out and start saying the things that they're saying. It's completely untrue. I mean, there's nothing close to the truth of what she said.
Lena Habba, who's the U.S. Attorney for New Jersey, when she posted this, she said that she accused you of committing trespassing. Do you face a trespassing charge this morning?
Yeah, I do. Trespass, which I think is silly. It's a Class C misdemeanor. I was not trespassing at all. I mean, we're in court, so we'll argue that in the court, which is the same thing we're arguing about this, the certificate of occupancy. It's a court matter, not an ICE matter, not a GO matter. The court decides that, not them. Yeah. So at the end of the day, they're charging me with trespassing. I don't know how, but the video, if they have it, they should show it, because all of the videos tell exactly what happened there.
As I said, we booked you several days ago to talk about the protest outside the facility. And we reached out to GO Group, which owns the facility, and they call your protest a publicity stunt. Now, this was the statement before the arrest. We reached out again, and they said, well, we'll refer you to ICE. But here's what they said. They called it a politicized campaign by sanctuary city and open borders politicians. You said that ultimately you want the judge to say that they shouldn't have these people in this building. Is this about compliance for you, that make sure that, the fire exits are all accessible? Or is this just your best avenue to try to shut that facility, Delaney Hall, down?
First of all, they have to respect the rule of law. And I think they don't respect the rule of law because the president of the United States does not respect the rule of law. That's exactly what's going on here. If a fire inspector comes to the building, anybody has to let them in. They have to inspect it. They need a certificate of occupancy. That's where we began. They don't have one. They have an old one from 20 years ago. Our municipal law says it has to be updated every year. They refuse to follow our laws. They refuse to allow inspectors in. First, I allowed the inspectors to go there without me. They would not let them in. I began going with them to gain entry. They refused to let us enter. We post the building, and we're in court. We're in court resolving this matter. So when they say we have a certificate of occupancy, that's in question. And the proper authority to resolve that question is a court, right? The court, the rule of law has to do that. They don't do what they want to do and supersede the courts or undermine the courts. And that's exactly what's happening here. And that, more than anything, is really the crux of the issue, not only in Newark, but all over the country, right? We could disagree on immigration policy till we blue in the face. We can argue back and forth, but the Constitution is the Constitution, right? The Bill of Rights is the Bill of Rights. Due process is due process. And the courts and the balance of power is what America stands on, is what separates us from the rest of the world. And they have to follow that. They can't just arbitrarily decide which laws they follow and which laws they don't, which processes they agree with, which ones they don't.
You know, it's rare for a mayor of a city the size of Newark to be outside of a facility with a bullhorn about a certificate of occupancy or violations to local ordinances. And so I ask you, and this was something I wanted to ask even before what happened yesterday, how much of this serves your political interest? Democrats are looking for a fighter. You're standing outside of a federal facility. You're in a primary for governor of New Jersey a month out. How much of this is they got a little bit of the spectacle that they want, you got a little bit of the fight narrative that Democrats want?
Well, the reality is, before this, people in New Jersey know I would have been there anyway. I've been fighting this. This is who I am. Has nothing to do with the season that we're in. Has completely to do with the residents of our community. The protesters are out there every day. We go out there, we walk past them, we do our job, we leave. I speak to them because they asked me to. Do I want to say something? And I do. I come out there with the fire inspector every morning. I'm out there for 20 minutes at tops, and then I leave. The protesters are there. They have a right to protest. They have the right to do that, and have a right to address them when I see them, right? But I do my job, which is make sure we get entry. We don't gain entry, we leave. And the purpose of us doing that, frankly, is to, when we get to court, to show and prove that they have denied us entry over and over again, lawful entry to this place. They've denied us. And we want to be able to create a pattern. And we do that every single day and post the building. And those protesters out there every single day. They was there before I started coming to that building, and they're going to probably be there, after this thing is said and done. And they have a right to be there.